you for the opportunity to speak at the STEM Gender Equality Congress. I'm here to talk about the University of Texas at El-Paso, or UTEP, and our efforts to increase the number of women pursuing and earning degrees in engineering. Several of my colleagues at UTEP have dedicated much of their careers to promote success of women, and to name a few, Pat Nava, Gina Nunez-Muchiri, Ann Gates, Martine Siberio, and Ben Flores. Gina was here yesterday, and she talked about inspirational capital, and I'll be referring to that today. We currently have support from Educate Texas for a STEM Accelerator grant, and since we are predominantly a Hispanic institution, this means that we were also working to increase the number of Hispanic women who earn a bachelor's degree in engineering. I earned my degrees from UTEP, and I feel I was very lucky to have family support me and the metallurgical and materials engineering faculty to mentor me throughout my education. I'm sure most of us recall positive experiences on our path to earn a STEM degree. However, there are also negative experiences that sometimes counterbalance the positive ones. Our efforts through this grant are to add to the positive experiences so they act as inspirational collateral or capital against experiences that discourage students or make them feel that engineering, science, or technology is not for them. I'll talk a little bit about UTEP first, since leadership, mentoring, and student demographic are important factors in designing change. Oops, let's see. So first, why do we want to increase the number of women in engineering? Why does this matter? What path led us to where we are now? What has happened at UTEP and what is currently happening? Who is UTEP? And how will we increase the number of women pursuing engineering degrees? What strategies are we using in the STEM Accelerator? So why do we want to increase the number of women in engineering? First, well, I was going to share a video with you, but we don't have internet connection, so I'm just going to describe it. So this video was designed by Microsoft, and it starts off showing young girls talking about their interest in water resources, the environment, cancer. One of the girls' mothers had cancer, and so they are given access to technology in order to visualize their potential. And then the bad news comes in, because then they're told that of all the degrees earned by women, only 6% of them are earned in STEM. So the numbers are really small, and if you look at engineering, it's even less than 1%. So this video is developed by Microsoft, and I think you can just Google it, and it's really, really telling. Like they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. I mean, it's a wonderful video. And so the 6% in STEM, when they say STEM, they're talking about biological sciences, computer science, math and statistics, physics, chemistry, and engineering. At UTEP, students come in with a wide range of academic preparation, and the majority of them are required to work, so this makes their challenges even greater. In addition, women at UTEP have a double stereotype, since they are mostly Hispanic or Latina and female. So here we see some data, and the first couple of graphs show that the percentage of women contributing to their family income in Texas. So, and the contribution is, the assumption is that they're contributing between 25 and 100%. So in 1970, only 34% of adult females contributed to their family income, compared to 58% in 2010. So this number is growing. In the US, 52% of the total workforce are women, yet only 24% of STEM jobs are held by women, and only 13% of all engineering jobs are held by women. So there's many women in the workforce to support their families, but only a small portion earn income from high-paying STEM jobs. And studies show that pay discrepancies are less for STEM jobs. And here we see US engineering enrollment and engineering degrees by gender. In the past 20 years, the representation of women in engineering at the undergraduate level has remained pretty stagnant. Here we just see a snapshot of the numbers for 2015 data showing the percentage of enrollment and degrees awarded at the bachelor's, master's, and PhD level. If we examine the data over the past 10 years, we see that the total number of women enrolled in engineering fields has increased, but the representation still remains stagnant. Despite the fact that the percent female enrollment of first-year, first-time freshmen has increased from 16% in 2003 to 20% in 2013. So even though there are more women showing an interest in engineering, we are losing them as they progress through their programs so that the overall numbers appear constant. The representation of women earning bachelor's degrees has remained level over the past 10 years, but there has been a steady increase in the number of master's and doctoral degrees awarded to women versus men in the past 10 years. And this is very good news because studies show that women are more likely to stay or be employed in a STEM job if they have a master's or doctoral degree. It is therefore important to continue to work on recruiting and retaining women at the bachelor level. And why is this? There's 2 million jobs in STEM projected for 2022. Like I said before, there's less pay discrepancy in STEM jobs, and there are more women in the workforce than ever before. According to former Secretary of Commerce Penny Pritzker, companies with women in STEM jobs result in higher levels of innovation and more successful companies. Investing in women's success will create leaders and role models, which will further motivate others to follow. And the statistic that only 6% of all female degrees are in STEM needs to be addressed, along with the fact that only 13% of engineering jobs are held by women. Pritzker also cited 3 areas where investment is necessary, and most best practices to engage women fall into these 3 categories: mentoring, education, and work-life balance. So who is UTEP? So I just gave you some numbers for national data. UTEP is a national model for educating Hispanics at a national research university. UTEP is very unique among universities in the US and has evolved in many ways, including female leadership. Mentoring women and providing a high-quality education are important goals for our university and the College of Engineering, and the core belief is that diversity drives innovation. So this is actually on UTEP's College of Engineering website. UTEP is located in El-Paso, Texas. El-Paso shares a border with New Mexico in the north and west, and with Mexico to the south. So El-Paso is that extreme west tip of Texas. And UTEP is unique in its population and location since we also have 5% of UTEP students are coming from Mexico, and many of them cross on a daily basis. So I'd just like to point out that that's pretty challenging. Some students have a pass to an express lane, So they get in their car, they drive across the border, no problem. A lot of our students actually walk to the border, cross by foot, and then walk to UTEP. So that also gives you an indication of how close UTEP is to the border. So if we look out our window, we can see UTEP. It's across the highway, but we can see it from almost any point at UTEP. So this makes UTEP a multicultural university. El-Paso's population consists of 80% Hispanic, and it's mirrored in UTEP's student population. UTEP's president, Diana Natalicio, like 50% of our students, was the first in her family to attend college. Diana Natalicio is a profound leader who helped identify UTEP's unique qualities and how to capitalize on those qualities. UTEP's architecture is also unique in the US and is in the Bhutanese style. There are approximately 103 engineering faculty, 14% of which are female, compared to 44% of all UTEP faculty. When I was a student, only 20% of engineering students were female, and that hasn't changed. That was 30 years ago. Since then, back then, when I was a student, an undergraduate student in metallurgical and materials engineering, there were no female faculty. And now we have 11 tenure and tenure track faculty. And even that's really not enough because some departments don't have any faculty, some have one or maybe two. Sorry. So we are very, just one second. Okay. We're very lucky to have a president that is an exceptional leader and has had such a huge impact in our community. Dr. Diana Natalicio was one of Time Magazine's 100 list of most influential people in the world, and she communicates UTEP vision throughout UTEP and all over the nation. She fully supports UTEP vision of access and excellence. That's a term we've heard within these past 2 days, which is to provide the highest quality education to students in the region so that they are competitive in the global marketplace, and this has resulted in national recognition. UTEP has been recognized as a top 10 national research university, and its math, statistics, engineering, and education programs have been identified as top programs for Hispanic. Since UTEP is the only national research university with a predominantly Hispanic population, it is even more important to ensure that whatever their background, all young people in our region have the opportunity to attain their full potential, and that we balance a quest for excellence at the same time that we provide a strengthened commitment to access. In terms of engineering degrees awarded to women at UTEP, we see above average numbers compared to the national average of 19%. We also see above average percent women earning engineering degrees for computer science and industrial engineering, which help raise the numbers between 2015 and 2016. Sorry, this is the degrees awarded to women, which is an average of 19%. The highest average percent of female graduates from 2016 to 2006 to 16 were in civil engineering, industrial engineering, and metallurgical and materials engineering, and the lowest average female representation is in computer science, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. The only departments that showed an upward trend during 2013 to 2016 were computer science, industrial engineering, and mechanical engineering. And the upward trend in these three departments is partially due to the women's support structure initiated by the College of Engineering, the historical interest in industrial engineering, and by women at UTEP, and an effort to increase exposure and engagement by mechanical engineering to all its students. So what path led us to where we are now? During my time at UTEP as a faculty member, there have been activities that have supported the success of women faculty, and at the same time, we have heard many stories of stereotype, sexism, and tokenism. The literature shows that having women role models or women in leadership roles helps to promote the success of women in STEM. And here we see a breakup of the female faculty representation in the College of Engineering by department. In some cases, there are only one female faculty, and in electrical engineering, 2 of the 4 faculty are in leadership positions, and they do not attend regular departmental activities or meetings, and they are not really visible in our department, although they are visible at the college level. In summary, of the 85 tenure track faculty, 11 or 13% of the women are women, and of the 18 non-tenure track faculty, 3 or 70% are women. Overall, 14% of all faculty are women, and this is very close to the percentage of women in the national engineering workforce. So here, I'd like to provide you with kind of a bird's eye view of what I consider meaningful events at UTEP. So I mentioned I've been at UTEP first as a student 30 years ago, and for the past 20 years, I've been a faculty at UTEP. And for the past couple of days, we've heard that change is slow, but we're beginning to hear meaningful conversations. So first, in 1988, we had our first female president, and I use the word female here not as an adjective, but as a data point. Okay. We have one female president throughout our history. Between 1997 to 2012, 8 out of 12 female tenure track faculty left before tenure, or 67%. Let me go ahead and go in order. In 1996, the president established the Women's Advisory Board, counsel to the president. And in 2004, we were awarded an NSF Institutional Transformation Advance Grant. In 2016, we had our first female chair in electrical engineering. And in 2011, that chair was promoted to associate dean. In 2012, we established in the College of Engineering a Women in Engineering support structure. And in 2014, the college hired its second female associate dean. Currently, 3% of the tenure track faculty are women, and 50% of them have received prestigious awards. So how we will increase the number of women pursuing engineering degrees? Well, in 2016, we were awarded the STEM Accelerator Grant by Educate Texas. We're collaborating with our local community college and are starting to hear those critical conversations that we've talked about and heard about all week. And we're starting to get more support from chairs. In 2017, we conducted a dean search in which 3 out of the 5 candidates in the pool were women. The positive impact the number of women pursuing and earning The focus of our project is to positively impact the number of women pursuing and earning engineering degrees. And the preliminary numbers based on this study show that students are more engaged if they're participating in this study. The Texas Regional STEM Degree Accelerator is funded by Educate Texas to expand the number of underrepresented minority students in Texas who earn STEM degrees. And Educate Texas is supporting 5 teams, including UTEP. All projects include faculty development and collaborations among community college and K through 12 workforce representatives in order to fulfill the goal to produce 100,000 students in Texas that earn STEM degrees and/or certificates. So here we see where the 5 awards are located, and each of the 5 projects is focused on different workforce occupations. Western Technical Texas College is focused on energy. Dallas is focused on computing and information technology. Houston, with Lee College, is focused on the petrochemical industry. South Texas College on healthcare and information technology, and UTEP on increasing the number of degrees awarded to female students. So at UTEP, we've had several projects by several PIs where they're addressing this problem. But this is the first time that we've had a college-wide effort to address the numbers of women interested and pursuing engineering degrees. And so what's the difference between those projects and the STEM Accelerator? Well, since we're in Germany, I think of the Black Forest. So some of these other projects, although they have been very, very good, and they have worked very hard, in the Black Forest, I heard it's called the Black Forest because no light gets out. So people collaborating on these projects, the collaboration might kind of be very close to the PI, maybe 2 rows of trees out. And this project is the first project that is focused entirely on the entire College of Engineering. It involves the dean, it involves all departments and faculty, several faculty in the various departments. So that's one of the differences. And we're working on creating high-quality professional development training for faculty in order to support and sustain innovative teaching strategies, an inclusive, enriching, and engaging environment, and interest in societal contributions and impacts. The redesign of courses truly take into account the struggles our students face, the creation of learning environments and challenges and interesting concepts to build the expertise of our students with the right resources in order to build confidence, internal collateral or capacity for success. So phase 1 of our project was to design or hold a faculty development workshop on innovative and engaging teaching strategies for 25 faculty from UTEP, the community college, and K through 12 schools. The workshop was a 2-day event with an inclusion component. And after the workshop, the 25 faculty that attended were encouraged to submit a course redesign proposal. 5 faculty were selected among 4 engineering fields and received a $5,000 stipend, a course release, and $2,500 in supplies. All the faculty that attended the workshop received and were offered a $500 stipend. And so we have 85 faculty, 25 attended the first workshop, and we had to really get the word out to get them to come in. So I'll speed this along. And just to tell you that the faculty development workshop was conducted by Olin College of Engineering. They have one of the highest percent of student female representation and faculty. They're known nationally. Their education materials and strategies are known nationally. We also had the inclusion workshop that was held or monitored by one of our psychology professors. And here are some of the some of the ideas that came out from the faculty partners. And I'm gonna kind of skip that and let you look at that later, since I just want to talk really quick about the some of the activities that were that took place from the faculty redesigning their courses. So this first one, Amit Lopez, he taught a university first-year seminar course, and he was really energetic about creating hands-on activities, and he went over the top. So this is one of the first courses that our freshman students see. And his idea about forming teams was that he kind of let them form their own teams and encourage multidisciplinary teams with people that work, parents. He didn't care if there was only one female on a team, but he did monitor the contributions from females on each team. Our second faculty partner was Martine Siberio from computer science. She taught an intro to computer science course. And this course was very challenging. She introduced challenging problem-solving type aspects. And she instilled a capacity type evaluation for the first 5 weeks of the semester. And that was a little bit different. I'm gonna go ahead and skip this one. Yvonne Santiago is really kind of the queen of hands-on activities and really introducing real-life problems into her class. And just as an example, this summer, she's going to take, I think, 6 of her students to Haiti, and they are installing a water purification system. So she had to kind of work between UTEP and them to make sure that everything was in place. And I taught the pilot course in electrical engineering, introducing students to sensors. This is a challenging hands-on class for a freshman course. And just to kind of give you an idea, one of the student quotes is, "This is challenging, but the material is very interesting. It has a good balance of theory in the lecture and hands-on applications in the lab. In this class, I wasn't left wondering what the use of everything I learned in real life was, because sensors that we worked with were the ones used in real life." And just kind of to recap, and I'll just summarize this because I think we're running short on time. So just to recap, our goal was to provide challenging experiences that kind of put the students in a situation of constructive, let me rephrase that, being used to being productively lost. So maybe they were lost, but they were given the resources to succeed in maybe the project or the course. And this provides inspirational capital to them to succeed in the future. So the next challenging situation that they're in, it would be harder for that situation to discourage them from continuing. And back to leadership, and I'm almost done, I think one more slide. These are the 5 candidates that we had in our dean's search. 2 males from inside, 3 females from outside, very well-qualified candidates. Here's our new Dean of Engineering, and here's something the president said, basically highlighting her contributions and the college's effort to the fact that she would support the college and their inclusive vision to advance engineering locally, nationally, and globally. And thank you on behalf of the STEM Accelerator and some of this semester's engineering graduates. Thank you very much. And any questions? I guess.